human rights reservation project takes a creative approach how to connect the youth with the topic of human rights, and especially with the problems that human rights have in specific countries, and how to present it in a creative way.
The main idea of collecting stories is that our participants go in the streets and collect stories related to the human rights. So people who are questioned, who are interviewed, they got the chance to tell about their experience concerning human rights, and as our participants are from different parts of Europe, we got the chance to actually portray different experiences.
When I hear the word combination human rights, the first thing that comes to my mind, because I'm sort of like emotional, situation-based person, then I think of my friends who have been studying law for some years to work on different human rights projects. I think of my mom, who has decided to come out after 20 years of marriage, and she's now struggling to get accepted even by her own family. And sometimes think of myself, which doesn't mean that I view myself as a sort of minority, but this is a point where I reserve the right to be viewed as a intact, a normal human being, disregarding sometimes the fact that I don't see.
We want to reach the goal of our project by collecting 130 stories from different countries that take part in our project, and we want to send them to the politicians in European Parliament.
What was really interesting, we had this big map on screen where the countries were colored differently and how many of the rights they had implemented, and then another map of the world on how many rights are being violated in these countries, and there was sometimes a huge difference.
I understand the man who is like lying on the ground in the Riga begging for money, and think about it, maybe that's his purpose, maybe that's his decision to do that, maybe not, maybe he's like surrounded by many problems and just appears to be in the street because there's like an error.
The main message that we want to share within this project is their participants got the education on human rights and they understand better the topic itself, and as a people who actually read what we create during this project, they got the idea of how is it possible to actually voice out their opinion and their thoughts.
The first training course happened in Berlin in March, and then after that, whilst participants gathered the stories, we moved to the second training point that happened in Bran, Romania.
The third part, which is going to happen in Brussels, is going to be a conference organized inside the European Parliament, to which we are going to invite the politicians, some of them to which we have sent the postcards earlier. And the reason of this event is going to be make it loud and make it visible.
Like thinking about human rights as not just a random thematic or random thing that's happening in the world, or just when I look at the news there's like immigrants and so on, but now you're looking at those news and you're seeing, all right, there's a person with a story and he's like, he can't live in his country and he's trying to go somewhere, and the place where he's going is like, it's really hard for him.
A small stone is a stone. You can at best break a window with it and somebody will get angry. But if you need to break a wall of ignorance, stones will never help. You need a rock. So gather stones together and be a rock.